Yeah? Hey everyone, what's cooking on the planet Earth? Or I should have said, hello everyone out there in nice immense land and huge premise of the whole YouTube space, and not only YouTube, just on the whole, and it's still me, or maybe my camera got some dirty spots on it because I don't see distinct pixels of my image of tonight. Probably that's because I'm growing shaggy and my beard again grows, and hate shaving, and you have to shave, and necessarily that I say that I have to shave, that slightly being lazy as always, as I'm a really very manly habits, and probably you parallel in my track, excuse me, in that regard, not wanting to shave at all, or too often, I should say. It just, again, I'm not just groomed, and I don't care, and I care, but I'm being lazy to that extent. You cannot even imagine. Believe me, you cannot imagine to what extent I'm being lazy right now, and I don't know what fell on me and crunched me slightly down. I'm being low and down nowadays, like only wanting coding and doing my American. I have to, you know what. Kinda got thinner slightly because I don't want to eat too much, or just regular meals. They just don't get into my inner smoothly because of my not wanting to do whatever, because of generally like being low, because of what's cooking around always it matters, that all what happens around the globe globally, and in our country, and that influenced me, that not in a bad way, probably, that pressed me down in a way, and I'm still not on the way of recovering, probably, in that regard, and I'm doing under current circumstances. I say I'm doing pretty well. I'm not whining again, but I'm always trying to get directly to the point, not sugarcoating things, not understating something. Things go haywire or not, or parallel following the track that I wanted to follow. Then I'm not again begging for better things to come. I'm just working hard and getting through those obstacles and stumbling blocks in my way, and only that way of getting through them allows me, and it's been allowing me so far to get to the destinations that I reached at this current point in my life, excuse me. I'll be reaching my nearest heights, and in a middle run or short run, or whatever timeline that they cover. I'd be good with your help with watching my shits. I didn't warn you in the very beginning that this video would be harsh in terms of containing, not containing, I should say, in this instance, something point oriented or coherent even. And if I pronounce some word that doesn't sit right in just my whatever current mood of speaking American, I've never been a guy who followed by the book style of learning. I only remember myself doing that in my school years, and my school attitudes were kind of like I was vigilant student and persistent enough to get the result that my parents want me to achieve, and I finally did. And thanks again, may my mom rest with peace, and I wish help to my father, and we are doing together well. And again, they brought me to the point that was like a launching table for my career, and I lifted my skills in coding, and lifted my skills and my life skills. And that sounds weird, I know, like something redundant, but I have to emphasize that fact that only your own experience teaches you something, and life lessons are very important in your life, but they sometimes appear to be very harsh and relentless. That occurred to me, and those are lessons of life, but they were like little scaled, thanks God, and they led me to the point that I realized something, that I want to follow those attitudes for any longer, and I quit. And finally I kind of discontinued what didn't work for me, and I continued what did work for me, and now I'm only on a way of self-advance. I guess all our lives there's our precious ways of self-advancement and getting our precious and inestimable experiences out of our life tracks. Only with getting through those processes, we are getting better each single day, day by day. I hope you got everything what I said. Probably, if you did, then probably you're Native American. You're allowed to give your precious appraisal down below in that comment section. That presumably rented for that purpose only. And I wouldn't be dying without your appraisals or estimates or I don't know takes on what I'm doing. And if you do, then that's good and will help me in some big way. And if you my colleague, my invisible colleague out there, that doesn't mean that I don't feel it. I feel y'all guys and gals. I have to drench my aching soul before I do something more on this video shoot. So let's see how that materializes in my doings of tonight. Can I, yes, I cleared it up that I don't have any items that we haven't been through previously, and all those items they are already said about, they are already described, and they are already talked about, and that's good. Probably I don't want to grab something complicated in my camera, into my camera angle to show and tell, because complicated things distract me from constructing my adorable fluency American pieces, and they just derailing me that way that I want to go superficially probably around many notions instead of going deeply into one, which again contributes to your fluency, contributes to automatic grammar use, and to your process of eliminating mistakes in the process of elimination. I guess I make less mistakes that I've done in a while, and that's because of my just relentless and ever spreading wanting to do my American pieces, and my American fluency goes on the top, like on the top, literally. I'm not just exaggerating this fact of my life. That goes first. My American goes first, and then other things go there. Like they all like are lined up and ranked, and they reshuffled, rejiggered, and whatever happens to them, always my American possesses the first place, and then everything else goes. If you don't get my regard, I don't know, drag you into my point of tonight, or if you're not American, you're American, whatever language you like, then you will not be able to understand deeply what I'm talking about here. And if you do understand, then again, you know what to do. You know how feelings if I mismatched someone else's or someone's expectations in terms of what I've told you already in my footage of tonight, then you know what you can do. And again, it's my world and my own creation, and you're allowed to again do what you want with your life. If you do that well, that probably the sign of you being on the right track of your life. And get through that, go continuously and continually stumbling forward. Don't go easy to yourself, and that way you'll be reaching your goals much more efficiently and in the middle and a short run, I should say. Be good. I got roll against it into my channel. Switching, don't even think about switching the shit out, because I wouldn't allow it to do that instead I already read that shit out. It lays in my pro life now, doesn't fucking block our good ways of our lives anymore. We can do what we want with our precious life. Be good and get all, stay tuned, peace, and thanks for whatever you're doing. I still don't get what you're doing, but I'm practicing my American. Be good, I got all night. Thanks again for practicing, for being with me tonight. Still around, guys, and gals, very soon. Pleasure.